Yeah, if the bus gets exiled, the passengers get back out. All right, green-red dinos. So this is similar to the deck that we played with Declan on stream last weekend. I had someone ask if I could play it through some actual best-of-3 matches. So this is the Declan dinosaur deck that I play with him in unranked best-of-1 when he wants to play the Crash card game with me. But I think it's actually pretty reasonable. I think Ravager Wurm is fine. I think having ramp creatures into some reasonable dinos is like an okay place to be. There are more than 18 lands over here. I don't know, Arena doesn't let you side scroll in here for whatever reason, so they're stacked off to the side. I'm gonna update the deck queue, the deck stream decker here. It will be, you can see it up there as we dive into the ranked queue with this one. Oh, Twitch Prime gives extra emotes. Interesting. I didn't know that. We go first. I think I keep this. Hopefully this is a matchup where Lava Coil has a text box. If they're playing something like Gates or Esper Control, this hand's very bad. But if they're playing any kind of mid-range or aggressive deck, this hand is super reasonable. Hey, Mere Teal, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month and keeping me employed. You can find all deck lists that are coming up on the stream that are listed in my title right now in the deck queue on my website. We always stay pretty organized around here. You have a 3-3, how about a 3-4? This style of matchup's probably pretty reasonable for our deck. Generally speaking, when you're playing like these aggro mirrors, you want to be a little bit bigger than the opponent. And if my opponent's chosen to register Zerta Goblin, there's a good chance our deck's going to be a little bit bigger than theirs. Well, I usually pronounce things incorrectly, so if other people usually get it wrong, there's a good chance I get it right. Would love to draw a red source next turn so we can like Spellbreaker plus Lava Coil. Well, I guess I don't really need the Lava Coil at this point, huh? Druid is a sweet draw. Well, should they have? If they have a flying threat that doesn't die to Lava Coil, we could be in trouble. They play like a Skargan Hellkite and like give it a +1/+1 counter. They have a Shock, Lightning Strike, interesting. Hopefully the Zerta Goblin means they're lower to the ground and don't have powerful 5s and 6s. Yeah, like this seems pretty good for us, right? Like if they're at the top of their curve is like 3-4, we're gonna be in a very good spot this game. So we just like brick walling them with our slightly bigger creatures. Here's my 4-4. And that's why this card's so good. So this card is good against aggro and it's good against control. Because against aggro, it's a 4-4 for 3 that just like makes them pump the brakes. And against control, it's a 3-3 with haste that turns off Settle the Wreckage. So a good amount of flexibility. Unfortunately, the size of its body isn't very good in matchups like that are other mid-range matchups, so it boards out there, but it's good enough for the field that it's definitely a main deck 4-of. One large Carnage Tyrant, please. A little bit bigger than them. And actually, there are 2 copies of Ghalta in my sideboard. It's actually 4 matches like this, where the board states get real gummy. You like it against Drakes? It's okay against Drakes. So I'm going to go ahead and Lava Coil their 4-4 here and then attack with my Carnage Tyrant. Because this way, if they want to trade with my Carnage Tyrant in combat, they have to trade off 3 of their creatures, which is nice. Wow, deal. There's only 13 cards in my sideboard. Is that true? Did I forget to update that? You are super right. I was sliding things around and must have messed it up. I mean, Colossus isn't really a big deal there, right? Like, they have 2 Llanowar Elves left over. Like, I have 10 power in play. 11 power, technically. 13 card sideboard is the most green red dino things you could do. I support it for the Vorthos. That's actually really good here because it keeps my Thrashing Brontodons at home. JK, LOL. This card is great. This card is so busted. My turn. Give him the tree. Give him the tree. Yeah, give him the tree. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, there really are only 13 cards up here, huh? Oh, there is a horizontal scroll, apparently. All right, 23 lands. There we go. All right, so I want Ghalta. I want the Lava Coil. I think I'm trimming Vivien Reid here. I realize that Collision is the card that just won me that game, but that's probably the other trim here, right? The rest of my threats seem fine. So, like, again, chat, people in chat are doing the, just kind of the fundamental thing of, like, they're suggesting we play every card. So if you want to suggest we play a card, suggest why it's better than a card that we're already playing. Sideboarding's not about just putting all the good cards in your deck. It's about finding your best 60 among the cards that you have. Maybe Brontodon comes out. Leave in the Collision Colossus. This card seems pretty reasonable. I could see cutting some top end too. That's actually probably what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna cut 2 Carnage Tyrants just because they're a little bit expensive, especially with boarding in the Ghaltas. Just board up to 73, duh. I'm actually gonna keep this on the draw. Yeah, 2 mana creatures. We draw a land naturally being a real good spot. And if we don't, we still get to play Magic. And we're up a game, so we can play fast and loose, right? Domri's Planeswalkers, cards that generate card advantage, are there for mid-range and control matchups. So cards like Karn, Domri, extra Viviens, those are for matches where they're going to get long and grindy. You need to draw additional cards. All right, well, the plan of drawing a land at some point has not come to fruition. We're probably going to be going to game 3 here. Can't block Growth Chamber Guardians because they will pump it up. So we have to take 4 to 6 here. Yeah, we actually played the Green-Red Frenzy deck in the new format, and it felt like it left a lot to be desired. We are very dead. Speculative hand not paying off. I have a green-red monsters mid-range deck, whatever you want to call it, up on my website. Something like this or that would be my preferred green-red deck for the format. We just got rewarded for keeping a hand like this, right? This one makes mana of any color at least, so we can play all our spells. And this one has 3 mana dorks in it. It has to be better than the last one, Chad. It's got 50% more mana dorks. Every 2-color deck would want more than 8 dual lands. The problem is the consistency you gain from playing more dual lands often isn't offset by playing lands that have to come into play tapped. Huh. So if I'd have played this and I got into block there. Alright, don't Manamorphose and then Chain Whirler me, please. Yeah, we boarded our 1 forest out for one Stomping Ground this game. Ripjaw Raptor is really good against Legion War Boss. Hopefully we draw a land this turn so we can go Ripjaw while leaving Dover up as a blocker too. Perfect. So let's tap these just to make sure it uses the mana dorks we want it to use. Now we get to Ripjaw Raptor. They could have like a Lava Coil post combat or like a Collision Colossus, but that there is absurd for us. So like now they don't have good, and the fact they did this pre-combat means they just don't have good attacks either. And like I have this Lava Coil to follow up now, so like I get to draw a card here, and then I get to untap and Lava Coil the bird. Then, I think I just pass here. I think I'd rather have a 3/3 untapped than get the Llanowar Elf into play this turn. Morning, happy man. Yeah, I mean, our deck has a lot of mana sources in it, right? Like, we have all these mana creatures plus 23 lands. Deal. Ripjaw Raptor drew 3 cards. Cast Harmonize. In for Harmonize. So if they attack with Pelt Collector here, I'm going to trade Regisaur Alpha for it. Thorn Lieutenant Freelancer. So board state's getting gummy, and the nice thing here is these Incubation Druids are gonna get charged up here soon, right? We're gonna have a bunch of 3/5s in play. Nice high five. This have to make a token and attack each turn is so tedious. You're just like, well... Alright, so now I adapt this, and then I can adapt the next one. Someone say Hero Precinct 1 is the hero standard deeds. I think it's always Jeff. What's going on, extras? Thanks for the 13 months. Welcome back. I appreciate you keeping me around. Oh, this would have been a card off a War Boss. I don't know why I didn't play it. I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking it'll have haste next turn. But yeah, this gives me cards off War Boss, so definitely should have played that out. I wanted to dump all my mana into Incubation Druids this turn. Invest in Incubation Druids, chat. They can only go up. Sky's the limit with these 3/5s. I got just like neither of us have drawn lands this game, just like sitting here on 4 lands running all gas off the top. Thankfully our gas is a little bit breezier than theirs. That's terrifying. This means they can start throwing. This probably means I need to get aggressive. I might just smash and hope to kill them with the Colossi next turn. Hopefully we draw a Ghalta. I think I just attack with everything and expect them to sort it out. I think I just do this, and I have +8 and trample in my hand, so like they're probably dead. These also trample individually. I have no idea if this attack is good. Thankfully, I am not the one blocking, so it's not my job to figure it out. My hope is that when they're done blocking the 2 Colossus, kill them. This attack might be very bad. Let's figure out how, let's see how they block, and then we'll go from there. Put this on my iPhone, right? It's a good thing they have 3 timeouts to figure this out, huh? So they're still taking a 12 ball over here, plus damage here. So I think they're gonna be dead, especially with only putting 1 in front of a 4. So I get to trample over here. Hey, what's going on, Mac Daddy? Thanks for the entire year of support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So, Colossus on here, plus Colossus on here should be lethal. This gives trample. Smash! Man, this was a very Gruul turn. That was. Is there anything? I'm not sure if there's anything more Gruul than that turn. That was quite a fantastic board state. The crash card game, yep. How are we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you're someone who enjoys standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely the channel for you. That's pretty much all we play here on Arena. As always, a big shout out to all my wonderful subscribers. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. They're quite literally the folks that keep me employed. Backed by subs, I'd like to leave a short mention of some of my wonderful sponsors here. Harry's Razors will love to help you get that close, clean shave using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/shave. You can save $5 on your brand new shaving starter kit with them. Remember, chat, just because you like playing the degenerate decks doesn't mean you need to look like it. Hurly Burly Studio does professional Magic the Gathering altars. Using code Jeff10 at hurlyburlystudio.com, you can save 10% on your orders of border extensions, such as my wonderful basic lands here, as well as full art replacements. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly through the players. There's no haggling. They just take 1% fee off the top. And, of course, InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artworks that they have on their website. Someone pointed out to me that I might have accidentally ended up with 13 cards in my sideboard when I was putting this together the other night. I was shuffling sideboard and main deck cards back and forth, and I ended up with only 13 cards in here, apparently. So let's fix that. I think I'm going to put a couple of Shivan Fires in here, so I have a little bit more spot removal against the aggro decks, like Mono Blue and stuff like that. Couple of shocks, basically. Shock plus shock that can upgrade to kill a Tempestion. Why do we need to get rid of commands, Dumbledore? What is there a reason to get rid of commands? This thing is great. If you're not registering Llanowar Elf to mulligan it on turn 1. Are all these decks on my website? Yeah, all of the decks that we're going to be playing today can be found on the deck queue page on my website. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done Overwatch. Christy and I just haven't really had time, and I've been streaming a lot more since the new set came out. Welcome back, Rycat. I wonder if I should probably link the deck queue under the stream in one of my information bits. Would I accept Mono Blue as an Asia deck? Yeah, definitely. There's actually a copy in the queue already. Arena is not on Steam. You can run it on OS X using Wine, though. As soon as we have best of 3 direct challenge, we're going to run probably monthly subscriber tournaments here. But it's waiting on best of 3 direct challenge. And if I was a gambling man, I would venture we're not going to see best of 3 direct challenge until April or later. Mountain Concede. That's an old one. It's been a while since I've cleared some of them out, I guess. I clear them out occasionally. That's a good one. So yeah, if you have specific ones that aren't relevant anymore, Tumbledwire, feel free to point them out for us. But I think a lot of them are still relevant. Yeah, I agree. I think the reason why the Invitational is best of 3 is not best of 3 and it's this new format, and why the ladder is the way it is for qualifying is probably because they're not ready for things yet. It does, Dwight. I'd be happy to bump that up. Get that added after the stream today. Let's see, it needs red mana. Oh, actually, Drover makes red mana. Never mind, perfect. Hey, Fry Swankin taken. Fry Swastaken with the brand new Prime Sport. Thank you very much for shipping your Bezo Bucks this way this month. There's a lot of great people you can give those to. Thanks for sending them here. Yeah, I boarded assuming they're mono red. How many tier 1, tier 2 subs until we hit our goal? So tier 1 subs are 1 point on the old list there. This is my 4/5 that draw cards when it attacks. Now, if I was a gambling man, I'd wager it just because of technical limitation more than anything. Deal. We're really fortunate that we've played 2 Gruul Mirrors in a row with this deck. The way this deck is set up, it kind of dumpsters on these other aggro decks. Oh, someone asked about Ghalta. So Ghalta is actually not win more explicitly in these Gruul matchups where the board states get big and neither side has real removal. Is the reason to have Ghalta. If they play out this Squadron Crab here, I'm going to go ahead and Lava Coil it. Yeah, it's an actual trump card. 12-12-12 is real big. 12-12 takes enough down when it attacks that it then clears the board stall usually. Wow, super punished. Alright, so I have to get aggressive here. Maybe this is too aggressive. I don't know, they're only at 12 here. I killed the 2-2 and not the 4-4 because the 2-2 finds another copy of itself. So yeah, definitely need to shift gears here since they had the dragon to go over the top in the air. Maybe I'm supposed to play Regisaur here post-combat. Regisaur gives me a haste creature, but I guess Gruul Spellbreaker would give me a haste creature next turn too. Why would Alpha Striking be better? Oh, you're saying play the Alpha. Yeah, I think you're right. Playing the Alpha would be better. Who do I main in Overwatch? I play characters generally that don't have to aim. Brigette, I think, is my favorite character. I don't mind playing healers either, though. Brigette or Mercy, probably. Brigette, Mercy, I forget what the monk... Winston. Winston's a good one, because he just jumps around. Jump around. Jump around. Beep, 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 doo, 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 doo. Couldn't you adapt the elf and play the Spellbreaker? I could not, actually. Because Incubation Druid only makes mana of one color when you tap it. So, Spellbreaker needs two different colors of mana. Brigette's like a jack of all trades. She's sweet. I think I'd rather Incubation Druid die than Drover die. So this will probably get shot. And then next turn we'll go tapped land Drover the Mighty. And so the way this works now is we'll go tapped land Drover. And then if they don't kill this, we'll get to go 4th land Ripjaw attack for 3 and just like race here. It's possible I should just play Gruul Spellbreaker since I drew that. Just like play a 3-3 with haste. I've never played Dota 2, any sort of Dota 2. Yeah, the fact that they like kept one land kind of implies they have multiple 1-mana spells to cast. So maybe Spellbreaker's just better there to get frisky. In control versus aggro versus mid-range. I actually been meaning to write an article about that. I think it'd be a good topic. Basically the TLDR is, I think if you're playing 3-color aggro, you should have all 12 shock lands in your deck. And if you're playing control or mid-range, depending on the contents of your spells and whether or not you can gain health, somewhere between 9, and 11 is probably correct. It also depends on, like, your color requirements, too. Like, if you're playing a mid-range deck that, like, needs double colors at all 3 colors, you probably need all 24 duels. How good's Lava Runner? Lavamancer. Lavamancer's pretty good, I think. I think that card's very reasonable. Yeah, I've seen basically all the card game players that jump around to like the hot thing from game to game have moved to auto chess, it looks like. Give him a tree. This card is so good. Did I miss lethal? I think I missed lethal. No, I didn't, right? This would have only been 12. No, it's been a while since I played blue-red. Playing fair decks in Modern is kind of tough. The format's, like, very degenerate. Mid-range shell like Soul type. Maybe. I think you need more ramp creatures for that to be good. This Vivien Reid's going to be lethal here. We played a real game considering they stumbled on one land for so long. We have a lot of good tools in our sideboard for this matchup. Just like more Viviens. We get to round out the full play set of Colossus. I don't think this is a Shivan Fire matchup, but I'm basically just bringing in all my removal spells here. All right, what's better here? I'm definitely going to cut Brontodon. Do I think Carnage Tyrant or Regisaur is better? I think Regisaur is better because it gets aggressive. Of course, only making a 3/3 is a little bit awkward in the face of their 4/4s, but I probably just need to keep their 4/4s clear anyways, right? And 5 mana is less than 6. I probably don't want more than 4 6-drops. I don't think I want Shivan Fire. I think 8 removal spells and Lava Coil and Collision is good enough. This seems reasonable. People always ask about Cindervines in this matchup, but I don't think this card's good enough if you're planning to just have it hit your opponent when they cast spells. I think just like a deal 3 to 5 is just like not good enough. I don't think that's strictly true, Swift. I also think with 11 removal spells in my deck, Carnage Tyrant's like very reasonable. Hey, Momstradamus with the brand new Prime support. Thank you very much for that. I know there's a lot of great people you can ship that to every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending it my way this month. Cindervines is really important in the Nexus of Fate matchup because it destroys their enchantments and it hurts them while they combo. I think I have to mulligan this. It doesn't have red mana. It doesn't have removal. Perfect. His hand's actually really good with the second land on top. Hey, Jesky, thank you very much, folks. I really appreciate that. The stream would not be possible without folks like you. Thanks for keeping me around. Seeing how this matchup doesn't make use of Shivan, what about a few Harpooners in the sideboard instead of Shivan? Maybe I would need to see how the mono red matchup plays out. Shivan's definitely better there. I'm also not sure that I need more removal spells in this matchup, right? Like, I have 4 Lava Coil, 4 Collision, and 3 Vivien, which I think 11 removal spells is probably fine. I actually really like Adapt. There were a lot of people complaining Adapt wasn't very interesting, but I think it's actually a very reasonable mechanic. So I'm just going to curve out fully here. This Pteramander isn't super scary, but I think it's important I use my mana this turn. And actually, they can make that a 5/5 next turn, so I take that back. It is scary. Let's kill it. The Phoenix deck is very good. Vivien. Alright, well now I just Regisaur, because then next turn I can play Ripjaw and Smash. Like attack with 2 4-power creatures. I agree, Isha. Adapt is a great example of a mechanic that's simple to understand, but allows for a lot of awesome flexibility. Worth noting here how much better Regisaur is than Carnage Tyrant would be in this situation. Just like I wasn't sure if I wanted Carnage Tyrant or Regisaur here. And like being able to get that down on curve is like really reasonable. Alright, Vivien. Alright, well, one more mana and Wurm can trade with that. No, I've not played that version of the Mono Red Phoenix deck. If you're ever wondering if there's something I've played, especially something new, Pizza, you can always pop up my website and click Videos Modern or Videos Standard or Videos Legacy and see everything that we've played up there. Land or removal spell, please. Land or removal spell, please. Dead. Yeah, adapt is like monstrous. That's easier to track, is basically what it comes down to. Do I want Shivan Fire in this matchup? Maybe I do. Spellbreaker's not amazing. Maybe I do want the Shivan Fires. Let's do that. This goes. Played Jeskai Weenie lately? Not since the first time we played it, Mikey. Am I happy KCI was banned? I don't really care if KCI was banned. Banning KCI didn't change anything. Modern. KCI is a symptom. It was not the problem in Modern. Honestly, my favorite thing about Standard being good and getting to jam on Arena is to, like, have to talk about Modern being degenerate less. So, normally that's the case, Time Walk TV. I am currently a little bit backed up, though, because we've had so many people sending in sub-gifts. So, if you sent in a $50 donation right now, your deck will get slotted in after Black-White Spawn today. It would get played today, but it would not be the immediate next deck, because I'm a little bit backed up at the moment, which is why I've been doing extra hours. Mikey, if you want to donate for the Jeskai aggro deck that's on my website, you can just go ahead and donate for it. You don't need to put the form in. That one. I'm going to give you the A-OK for that one because it's on my site. I am not saying we should slow down sub-gifts. I'm just explaining that normally $50 donations get you the next standard deck, and right now they don't because I'm backed up. Alright, well, if they play a creature at any point, it's likely dead. Big meanies killing my mana creatures. Yay, that's a spell pierce that's not hitting my Vivien later. Yay. Like the best possible, just like got the spell pierce out and then still killed it. All right, a couple more. If Vivien gets down and starts upticking, she ends the game very, very quickly. I'm going to go ahead and collision this at end of turn, so that when they have a dive down, they use that to protect it, and then I can untap and then Vivien or Lava Coil. Alright, let's get hasty. I have so much removal in my hand right now that leaving this a 3-3 I think is fine. Just because, like, I'm going to be able to clear any X4 blockers they put out most likely. It is a 1-mana Wrath. It's as obnoxious as it sounds. Three. This is only a 5. All right, so this they can't pop this off this turn. It's very dumb. Oh, missing this land is so brutal. DH Red Link, thank you very much for the regenerous tier 2 sub. Welcome. My tier 2 subs support me a little bit extra, so I always encourage them to pick a deck to bump in the queue every month as a thank you. So feel free to take a look at the deck queue. All right, they are down to 1 card here. So Vivien's gonna shoot Crackling Drake. Terramander's gonna monster or adapt and kill her, and then we'll play Vivien, kill this, hopefully. We need them to just, like, not have a counter spell or another creature, and then we can get ahead here.
Is a new beginning.
So I don't do a single specific day that's all my decks, but we do a number of streams on this deck that are decks that are built by me. So like for instance, the Temur Climb deck that we're gonna play next, someone has donated and said, hey, will you build and play your preferred version of Temur Climb? So like the next deck that we'll be playing today is a deck that I've put together that I like.
Are my shield.
I think I take the land so that way Ravager Wurm is castable, and this lets me go Ripjaw into Incubation Druid. Yeah, and people often like donate and say, hey, put these towards dealer's choice, and then I will put a deck in the queue of my choosing. Yeah, I agree. I think Blueback Pirates is really well positioned right now. That one will probably be coming back up on Monday or Tuesday next week. Yep. We've already used a lot of our removal, unfortunately. This is killing Vivien, I assume.
Not bad. For a month.
Alright, so if I do this, and then I can play Regisaur Alpha. I literally just played it card for card from the last set fixed. There's nothing in the new set that wants to go into it. And we're actually winning the race here, right? Like, they had to take a second. They had to take pit stops to, like, kill my planeswalkers. And, like, now we're winning the race. So, like, ooh, top is scary. Top is scary. Okay. What's going on, SCTR? Good morning to you, too. TGIF, happy Friday. Dealer's choice, sounds good. Alright, so need a removal spell or we're dead. Drew a lot of cards. Woof. Close game. Close game. What life? I understand what you mean. I don't leave my house either. Gosh, even any dino would have been good enough here. Just like any dino killed them because it would have had haste. It's a tough beat. They just block a 3-power thing and go to 2. No, I wouldn't put Terramander in my wizard deck. I don't think Terramander is very good in modern. I think the people that are trying to play Terramander should probably just register Arclight Phoenix. Yeah, they don't have to block Regisaur Alpha, which is why I needed to draw a dinosaur. Any dino would have been lethal there. Any removal spell would have been lethal there. Players that I look up to. I don't know that I have any specific names. We played Blue Black Pirates this season. We literally played it card for card from last season. Yeah, definitely see it, CJNJ. Anytime you gift a sub, you are welcome to point it towards a specific deck. Well, super punished for playing 2 L's instead of Gruul Spellbreaker on 2. Yeah, they must be playing a combo deck, right? Yeah, they're a combo deck. Just gonna go ahead and move along with our lives. Yeah, it's probably not good enough. Let's get in my ways here to kill. Hey, CJNJ for Just Kai aggro will do. Yeah, this is the Cindervines matchup. Get all of these in my deck. Lava Coil's not great. I actually think I want Collision Colossus because it kills their Crassi if they have one, and it's just like a +4 inside of combat to kill people. What do I want to cut here? 114 SCTR. Gotta support the pink. Y'all are great. Need 4 cuts here. I think I'm supposed to cut some of the top end. Probably want to pull that down. Math is for blockers. Yeah, it kills Niv too if they have it. That's true if they're playing the Niv build. Ravager Wurm's probably a little bit slow. It does kill Sir Trazcanta though, which is nice. It's also a hasty on its own. Yeah, I think it's Tyrants. Wurm does also kill Niv, yep. Ripjaw is slow-ish. We have a lot of ramp creatures though, and Ripjaw, if they're playing things like Fiery Cannonade, is like very reasonable against those. I'm gonna keep this with a Scry. Either we hit a land and we play Magic, or we don't. We concede. Ding. Ding. I think I prefer the flying creature build just because of how much better it is to have blockers against mono blue and drakes. Like if we'd have had a bunch of flying blockers against mono blue, we'd have probably won, or against drakes, we probably would have won that match. Oh, you know what? I should probably have used Incubation Druid to make mana here so that they can't kill my Incubation Druid and turn off my ability to activate this. Well, they missed a land, so that's good for us. Murmuring Mystic, that is not good for us. Need to find mana here at this point. Again, should have used that, I guess. Probably doesn't matter ultimately. Looks like they're playing something similar to the... Wow, that's really good. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. This card's sweet. Just hexproof 4/5, as long as these are here. Oh, that's sweet. It's hexproof off of that too. That's interesting. Good catch. Alright. Cindervines are at 1 point of damage and 2 points of damage. Yeah, that's some like solid synergy, right? And that's like how you want to play synergy cards like this. Like both of these cards are like individually reasonable. Yeah, with both of these attacking here makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I agree with the assessment that was posted in chat. I think it's better to hold on to these Collision Colossus mostly till they're lethal, or until they let me kill something meaningful on the opponent's side of the table. I'm gonna attack with both of these here now at this point. Let's get a little bit more pressure going, especially since I have another Collision Colossus here. There's a good chance my opponent has Fog in their deck, which is something to think about. Root Snare, for those not familiar. Fog in Magic is vernacular that refers to a card that prevents combat damage from happening. So would not be super surprised to see a Fog happen here. Really? Okay. Interesting. We could see, I think if they have Explosion, we're probably dead here. They're gonna like end step Explosion, untap Explosion me. I assume that's what the red mana is for. I should have gone all in that turn. That game felt like another pretty good example of why the birds are better. The problems aren't removal and sweepers. Your creatures are plenty fine and you have card advantage like Vivien to play through control decks. Your issues are that your dinosaurs get into gummed up board states that you then can't punch through, and then your opponent puts like a single flyer into play and just like literally goes over the top of your head. So this is going to be our last match with this to get a little bit more feel, but I think my takeaway as of right now would be that I definitely prefer the Gruul list on my website in terms of competitiveness and of playing things like Rekindling Phoenix and stuff like that. Rekindling Phoenix and Scraggan Hellkite to like go over the top. I think these colors have the tools to be competitive, but I think the way this particular build is put together, it's not really optimized for that. Some people in chat talking about my thoughts on digital physical links. I think those are a great idea. I think it depends on how greedy Wizards of the Coast wants to be, and whether or not they want to make people buy their product twice. I think there's a good chance a lot of people will just pay twice, and I think that's what they're probably banking on. They'll do whatever their data indicates is the most profitable. They're a for-profit company. But it looks to be playing like blue-black control. Our deck is like really good against Ritualistic. A lot of our stuff is big. Well, I guess this board 3 things die. If they don't have Ritualistic next turn, I get to jam Regisaur Alpha. So that's pretty good. And if they do have Ritualistic, I like still have 4 power in play and they're at 13, so it's not like strictly terrible. Alright, give me a land, please. 1 piece of mana. 6 drop. That's a lot like a land. So if I attack with everything here, this blocks here, this straight's here, they take 3, they go to 1. There's really no reason to attack with this. Hopefully Ripjaw Raptor draws us a land, and then I can play Regisaur Alpha post-combat while they're tapped out here. I guess they're technically not tapped out because Incubation Druid. Really? Okay, that's interesting. Huh. I guess I go ahead and do this and pass now. And now if I draw a land, I can Hasty Wurm. And if I don't draw land, I can still Regisaur Alpha. You have the Surveil. So some Surveil 2 extra. Alright, so I'm going to discard the Regisaur Alpha, because this way if I draw a land, they're dead, right? Alright, Vivien seems great against whatever it is they're doing. Lava Coil doesn't. Do I secretly have counterspells? They probably have counterspells in their deck, right? Do you find you're running out of standard decks to play? Nope. In fact, the reason why I've been doing 12 hours a day is because there's lots of decks in the queue. I think as of right now, there's like almost 70 standard decks in the queue. I'm gonna bring in an extra Collision Colossus because they're probably on the Surveil Demon, which is nice. Thanks, Gundam. We do our best to stay organized around here, that's for sure. I mean, that's also like very subjective too, Fliptos. Like what constitutes a new deck versus a variation of another deck? I would argue that when 2 decks are, one of the things people fail to account for when they're talking about variations of decks a lot of the time is that half of a Magic deck, 40% to half, as lands a lot of the time, right? So if you change 10 spells in a deck, you've changed 33% of the deck, which often means it's a new deck. Perfect. It was a very good poker hand, you're not wrong. Do you like the sound design arena? I actually really like the sounds in arena. The music is really pleasant but not overbearing. The sound effects are short and interesting. So I think I just ditch the Collision Colossus here and just plan to curve Ripjaw into Regisaur. I know it's just how your mind works, but for those of us without... Yep. It's just the numbers floop out. The wet parts are just wet enough to be enjoyable, right? So one of the things that's very true about the way the arena system works, and I'm sure it's designed this way to encourage you to spend money to start, is that once you have your first deck in arena, it becomes exponentially easier to get the next deck because you incidentally have cards for your next deck from the first one that you bought. What's going on, DMS? Thanks for the 13 months and welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So from a collecting or a deck acquisition perspective, like, it gets easier. Like, your second deck is cheaper to build than your first, and your third deck is cheaper to build than the second, and I'm certain that that's intentional. They have Spell Pierce in their deck. I don't think I'm supposed to play around Spell Pierce here.
I've lost so much already. I won't lose more. No one knows the wilds like I do.
I would like a haste creature. Then I'm going to go ahead and attack for 4 here because I don't care if they attack Vivien for 1. Yeah, definitely getting the rare land first is great because if you're going to be playing a bunch of Magic, they're going to go into basically everything. From the perspective of the packs you need to build your second deck, it's easier because you're going to incidentally have more cards for it. Alright, well, we know what Vivien's shooting next turn. This kills all non-artifact creatures, so I'm a fan of my creatures, so let's make sure that doesn't happen.
That can't help you now.
So, gonna Regisaur, and then I'm gonna attack them only for 7. I'm not attacking with the Llanowar Elf. And the reason why I'm not attacking with the Llanowar Elf is because I explicitly don't want them to be able to kill one creature and then kill my Vivien. Rubber banding right around Diamond 3 here. Alright, so Gruul Dinos. I think this deck's reasonable against a lot of the controlling decks in the format. It's like okay against combo, it's okay as decks without counter spells or discard spells can be. I think where this build really struggles versus the build with Rekindling Phoenix and Scraggan Hellkite that you can find on my website for my preferred Gruul build is that there's a lot of matches in the format that either, one, the board state gums up and then you don't have a way to literally go over the top of it without flying creatures, and 2, this deck can't block opposing flying creatures. So decks like Mono Blue and Drakes give you a harder time than if you have flying blockers. Against things like Drakes and Mono Blue, we are solely reliant on our removal spells, and there's a lot of times where that's not going to be enough. We also would prefer to have bodies to, like, throw in the way. I will make a note to update that, Jams. I definitely updated the list and didn't update the description. What are we doing? Teamer Climb. All right, we're probably gonna stick on. If Teamer Climb performs as well now as it has for me in the past, we're probably gonna stick on this one for a little bit. I like this deck a lot. Get this exported to Stream Decker. It's all about the climb, baby. I play the Pauper event? No, I play pretty much all standard construction.